Hi everyone. Before I start, I just want to say I'm going to show you what I'm going to be doing with my kindergartner. And this is pretty much what he does after he comes home from school. If you notice a few things, we are like way behind. They are in school because of my health issues right now. So I've noticed, like, when I bring him home, he doesn't have like anything to do. He's not progressing as far as his reading unless I'm helping him out. His math, he's pretty much not doing anything new. He's doing things that pre-K, for us, what we used to do in pre-K. So I don't want him to be stuck there because I don't plan on keeping them in the public school. I do plan on homeschooling again. Probably won't be till next year, but I can't have him fall behind and then, be stuck there. So when he gets home, we do a little bit of schoolwork. There's days, as you're gonna notice, there's days if I'm not feeling good, or they get sick, or there's something we have to do, we don't do our work for here. We'll just continue this on the next day. So you will see in his notebook on this video that he did the first day, and then the rest of the week did not get done. So that was because of being sick and stuff like that. So anyways, let me get to it. So I got this idea from Faithfully Homemade as far as the binder goes. Except she uses it, I think, for her lessons. She'll do it by lesson. I'm doing it just by days, so it's 1 through 5. And whatever's for the day 1 goes in day 1, and whatever goes in day 2, etc. So let me show you his binder. So when we first start, he has his whole alphabet chart, and this chart was actually used by Mikey when he was in kindergarten. Alex already knows all his letters. What we're working on is the sounds, just to make sure he always keeps up with the sounds. So I have his chart here, so we'll go over the sounds with that. Over here is his About Me pages that I have found on Pinterest, or just free things that I find. This for him is fun, so I'll just give him a page for something fun to do while I get all his stuff together. So he does that while he waits for me. And then this here, I've shown this before. This is where I keep all his information for computer websites that he has that he can get into to play, and it's learning games and things like that. So he does that. And then we have the charts of counting, skip counting. So he's still doing his skip counting by 2s. He knows how to do it, but we still go over it. So I have that chart in there. He has his chart for tracing shapes. He knows all his shapes. Now we're starting to talk about how many corners and how many lines a shape has. So we're doing that with this chart. And then this I leave for when there's a letter or a number that I want him to practice. I'll just put it up here and he just copies it down here. Then I also have these two for him to trace if he needs to. Let's say he's having trouble writing the 5 while he's doing math. I'll bring him back here, and then he'll just use this to just kind of, remember, oh, that's how it goes, and then he goes back to his work. So he has those numbers. This is the poem, sorry for the glare, that I'm teaching him for the money. He already knows what they mean. I'm just trying to teach him the little poem. We have a little game that I made, and we use this to learn how to count change, so that he knows in case, we want to go to the store and buy something. And then I have the charts for what the monies look like, what they're worth, etc. And then he does his 12 months. And again, this came from his brother when his brother was in kindergarten. And all I have him do is put the months in order from whatever month I start with. The same with the days of the week. And then we go on to our unit studies section. So we are doing Clifford unit studies right now. And the book that he's doing is The Firehouse Dog. So what we do is we read this book. The first day was just for him to create himself a bookmark. So I give him the bookmark part and he colored it up, and he's just waiting. Every time we read, he'll just use the bookmark to put it in his book. And I will show you what he's supposed to do. So as you can see, the sections for 5 in a Row, Clifford, Bernstein, or Magic School Bus. For today, because he'll be doing day 2, he'll have to do the puppets. So he'll just color them depending on the story. And we'll read the story again, because since it was last week, I want to remind him. And I'm not going to show you the rest because I'll leave that for a different video. After he's done with his book, reading book, then we go to do the Dolch words. So his Dolch words are in here, and he is on list 5. He's passed all the other ones. So what he's going to do is just read me all the words, and he still has 2 of them that only, this one doesn't even have a check mark, and then this one has just 1. So today will be his 3rd check mark, and we'll see if he gets these correct. And then after he's done that, then he goes on to his word form. So for his word form, I'm going to have him color these vowel sounds. One's for long, one's for short. And this idea of having this done also came from Faithfully Homemade. After he colors them, I'm going to have him paste them back to back onto a popsicle stick, so that when we do our game with our picture cards that I've had from Mikey from when he was in kindergarten, Alexander can use them for you know, telling me what vowel sounds are in each of the picture cards. But anyway, as far as the word families, we are on ig and we are on add. So he'll just go through his words and just cross them out with you know, the dry erase. After he has done that, then we go to Hooked on Phonics. So for his Hooked on Phonics, he will do his lesson from here. He'll just watch it on TV. And then we will go on to the book. And we will start on Unit 2. So he'll do Lesson 4 review, Lesson 5 review, and his Lesson 6. And then we will do the learning part. He's just going through all the words. Same in here. And then I will have him read his story. And when he is done with that, it is up to him if he wants to read any of his little easy readers. I have a lot of these. So I just picked a few of them that had, you know, the sounds that he's learned, or the new ones. And I put them in here, and it's up to him if he wants to read them. Alex usually excuse me, he usually does pick to read. He loves to read, so I'm sure he'll pick a easy reader. When he's done with that, then we'll do our Learn to Read with Easy Peasy lesson, and he is in lesson 24. So he will read his words, and he will read his story, and then we will do his review. If he gets less than 3 wrong, or he doesn't miss any, he gets to go in our treasure box and pick a prize, because I consider reviews kind of like a little quiz. After we're done with that, then we go on to the day's work. I won't show you day 2 because he hasn't finished it, and I'm just going to show you what I do over here. So what he did last week for day 1 was his exploded code. So I just pretty much put his pages in here, and he gets them done. The first day has a little bit more pages than the second day. So as you can see, he's still working on his coloring. I don't think that boy is ever gonna get to fill his spaces. He just doesn't have the patience, and he loves to use a lot of colors. So there's his he's still having a little trouble with his M, writing his M and stuff. And then we do our getting ready lesson, and as you can see, he's on day 19. We're really far behind, but I'm taking it easy since I'm homeschooling and they're doing public school. They can keep the records and stuff, and I'll just try to, you know, do our stuff as we used to do and just work slowly, because that's what I can do for right now. So he did 2 pages of the letters. He did not do this page. We didn't get to it, so I will move this one to today, which is the second day that he's doing. And then I just give him a few fun pages to do, because he has on the first day he has like a fun page. So he did both of those. And then I have this back here which tells him to pick a book. So from here it was the letter of the week themed. I have a bunch of our books that are themed by letters from A through Z, and then the letter of the week, whatever letter I give him for that week, is the pile that he picks from, and he just chooses a book to read to me, and that's what we do for fun. And I end up posting those usually on our Instagram of a picture of him and the book that he chose. So anyways, that's what I chose for the one day. And for the second day, I will show you now really quickly. It is always the same thing. In the first that we do, it's always the same. And then we come back to the book. So for the second day, as you can see, he has his Explode the Code. And a few pages again. And then he has just a fun page. And this one he has to find the letters from A through M in here. And then he has to color them. And then over here, this is the back was already written. This was a book that was used, I found, so I didn't give him that part. And then here, I'm going to have him cut it and then put it back together on a different paper. And then he's going to have some math on both sides. And here, small, medium, and big. So he'll just have to cut and glue to work on his scissor skills. And writing 0 to 10 to work on his number skills. Oh, and the back of here is, you know, biggest. It's a little bit more math. And I found these workbooks at Dollar Tree, so I have them in there. And then he's got his spelling words, and he'll have to write those 3 times. And then we're going to go to science. So we're going to be talking about our body parts. And left and right. And we're going to read a book on the Magic School Bus. So I'll read the book for him, and then he'll tell me what, you know, happened in the book. And then I'll just write it down, whatever he says, or have him write a few words. So that is what he has as far as today, and what he did last week for his first day. So if you want to see anything else in here, I will be putting videos of what he does for the rest of the week. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, as always, just leave them down below. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.